up close and personal with racers and people of interest in the motorsports world. It's In the Groove, brought to you by Blue Line Graphics. And now, here's your horsepower and performance host, Terry Bridges. Okay, what's going on, racers? I'm your horsepower and performance host, Terry Bridges, and this is In the Groove. And what In the Groove is it's we try to get a little bit more up close and personal with different drivers and people of interest in the motorsports world. And tonight, we got a super cool guest on. His name is Bart Hector Jr., and he's going to be running the Northwest Mini Stock Tour. Welcome to the show, Bart. How are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. Really good, actually. So, you know what? Let's have you ever listened to my Northwest Race Report show ever?
I haven't.
Oh, dude, we gotta fix that.
I know. I'm gonna have to start listening.
Yeah, right on. So first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, how old you are, all that good stuff.
I'm gonna be 23 years old here in a couple weeks. Live up here in Ephrata, just waiting for this dang snow to go away so we can get back racing.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So what is your sign? Are you an Aquarius or are you? Maybe the ladies want to know.
Oh, man, I don't even know. I think it's Pisces or something.
When's your birthday?
February 25th.
You're kidding. Mine's the 17th.
Oh, dang.
Dang, dude, that's awesome. I knew there was something.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, man. So you're going to be 23.
Yep.
So let's start from the beginning a little bit. So, did you like school? Were you? I mean, was school something you were good at?
I was okay. I didn't mind it, but I'm also glad I graduated and got out of school.
Yeah, for sure. So, what are you doing now that you're out of school?
Working at Simplot, place that makes French fries and stuff for all the big restaurant chains and stuff, and I enjoy it. It's all right. Dude,
that's killer. So, what are you doing there for them?
Just a lot of labor work, all the hard stuff that no one else wants to do.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like racing in some respects, right? You got to start at the bottom and then kind of work your way up. So
that's the plan.
Yeah. So what's your favorite sport?
Oh, it'd definitely be racing, but if it wasn't racing, probably basketball or football.
Wow. Did you play in high school?
Nope, didn't. No sports in school. Just hooked on motorsports. Wow,
that's crazy. So you didn't play in no basketball, no football, no nothing?
Nope, just watched a lot of it. Never did it.
Wow. Now, do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, 2 brothers.
And were they pretty athletic, or were they gearheads too?
My middle brother, he did some football and basketball, but I don't think my oldest brother did much.
Right.
Cool.
So when you're not racing, when you're away, when you're on vacation, what do you like to do? You say you like basketball and that kind of stuff, but are you a hunter? I mean, what do you do for entertainment when you're not racing?
Oh man, I'm always on the iRacing simulation a lot on the off season, but I don't really do much else. I just really love to race somehow. So,
do you have a significant other?
I don't.
Okay. And that's probably by choice, right? I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
And there'll be plenty of time for that.
Yeah, I'm still young.
Yeah, absolutely. So you don't do any. So you're on the iRacing deal. Tell me a little bit about that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's an online racing simulator, iRacing.com, and it's a good way to practice for the off season. You start on the bottom racing legend cars and street stocks, and you can work your way up to racing Sprint Cup cars and everything. A lot of NASCAR drivers use it to train.
Wow, yeah. I actually, somebody had told me I was going to do some announcing online for them, and they said, hey, you need to go here and check this out. So I went there, and it was really cool. I mean, they actually had a super late model there, and God, I couldn't believe how real it was. I mean, it was like being in one.
Yep. It's just like driving a car minus all the movement and stuff. It's exactly the same.
Crazy cool. Now, what kind of wheel do you use?
Oh, I use the PlayStation 3 wheel. It's called a Logitech Driving Force GT.
Okay.
I haven't bought that new stuff. Yeah, it's too expensive.
Oh man, I mean, some of those things they got, the dude built he's got the cage around. I mean, he's got the whole thing, man. It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, you can spend tens of thousands on that stuff.
I know, it's nuts. Well, it is pretty cool, and the cool thing is, well, I mean, I guess you wouldn't do it because you're trying, but heck, when you crash, you just hit redo and you're back again.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Can't quite do that in real life, unfortunately.
No, you can't. You really can't. So, tell me where. So you've got two brothers. Now, was your dad a racer?
Oh yeah, he's been racing since 1977.
Wow, and
still races
Now, and Ephrata, they just closed that track down, didn't they?
Yep, they shut down their asphalt racing part and just do motocross now.
Isn't that crazy? How does that work? I mean, good God. Wow, really motocross? I don't get it, but
me neither.
Jeez, I mean, so you're kind of up there in Garrett Evans territory then.
Yep, Wenatchee's not too far from me, about 40 minutes.
Yeah, so that's basically home track for you now, right? I mean,
yep, pretty much.
Yeah. So what did your dad race? Did he race late models, or was he a sprint car guy, or what?
Oh, man, he started racing like hobby stock type cars back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Then he went to street stocks. He's raced late models, sprint cars, Pro Ford trucks, just about everything.
Wow. So he's been at it a long time. So now, does he know Garrett pretty well?
He does. He used to watch Garrett race back in Garrett's early days.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Garrett Evans is my all-time hero, man. He's my favorite racer there is, man. But
me too, definitely.
Yeah, he's awesome. Actually, I mean, this is about you, but I'm just going to tell you really quick. I had a dirt late model that I ran at Willamette. It wasn't no big deal. I mean, I didn't travel all around. I ran Willamette Speedway. It was a super sport. And basically it was like the outlaw cars, just minus we couldn't have aluminum stuff and it couldn't be injected and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he came down and I gave him his first ride on the dirt. He had never been on the dirt. So I said, "Man, you want to come down?" So he flew in and I took him to my house. We had the car all ready to go. And dude, it was awesome. I mean, he was just as awesome on that as he is in the past. As a matter of fact, he went 4/10 quicker in the car than I had ever been. and you know what I mean? And it kind of sucked. I mean, because I was like, you ass. But yeah, but he was going to do good too. But believe it or not, the front yoke on the driveline, the front one, not the back one, but the front one, where the Zerk fitting goes in,
mm-hmm.
it cracked right there and broke.
Oh no!
So the one and only time he's there. So, but he was on his way to the front, no doubt about it. But anyway, so that's cool. So Garrett Evans is your favorite racer. Well, then that gets that out of the way. You and I are going to get along great then. I mean, shoot,
definitely.
Where did your racing start? I mean,
here at Ephrata when I was 14, 2008.
Really? So no go-karts or no quarter midgets or anything like that?
I did like motocross the year before, but I didn't really get into cars and stuff till I was 14.
Wow. And was it something you wanted to do, or did you like the motorcycles better at first, and then, or was that just a way to get there?
Well, the Youth Hornets, the age back then was 14, so when I turned 14, I was like, I want to try this, and I've been in love with it ever since.
Yeah. You ever?
Of course, I had been to the races since I was little, but to actually drive. Sure.
Now, did you race go-karts or anything?
Nope, nothing. Went straight to Hornet cars.
Wow. That's incredible. So, have you ever been in a go-kart?
Just like the slow ones at like public places, but not like a real one.
Yeah. Now, do you know Joey McGuire?
I don't.
You don't? Okay. He's from up there. I think he's in Wenatchee, and he's got the fun carts there. in the some shopping center. He owns a ski shop and
Oh,
whatever like that. Are you a skier? Are you a boarder?
nope, none of that.
Wow, man. So Bart Hector Jr. is just kind of he's just a racer all the way.
Pretty much, man.
So
motocross too. It's a lot of supercross racing. I love all that too.
Do you? And what's the draw to that? I mean, what makes you dig that?
My brothers raced dirt bikes their whole lives, so
okay,
watching them, I'm definitely into it. Watching on TV all the time.
Sure. Do you know who Ryan Brees is?
I don't.
Okay. He runs the supercross stuff. He's kind of an independent. He's my cousin, so
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, he's been hurt quite a bit and stuff, but nonetheless, it's kind of cool. When you got somebody to watch, it is kind of cool. But
yeah, for sure.
How about flat track? Are you a flat track fan?
I have never been to a flat track race or watched it, but I've seen replay videos and stuff, and it looks pretty cool.
Sick stuff, man. They're crazy. And then have you ever the Isle of Man? Have you ever seen that?
I have not.
Oh, dude, look it up on YouTube. You will absolutely. It's pure insanity, Bart. I mean, I'm telling you, it's the guys like road race guys. Like the doctor Valentino Rossi and some of those guys. But they take those big bikes over there, and it's like a I don't know, 36 miles is like one lap, and these guys go. I don't know how many laps they go, but it's through the streets of town. Go to YouTube and check it out. I mean, you will absolutely be blown away. You will be blown away. These guys are like just crazy cool. So
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. So your first year, 14, you're 23. So that was what 9 years ago. So 2008, right?
Yep.
Yeah. How'd you do your first year?
I won the championship.
Did you really?
Yeah, first year.
Wow. And how many races did you win?
Just the last one, the one that counted. It's kind of a crazy deal that happened. I came into the last race, fourth in points, about 70 points back. And the last race was a double points night. And the points leader, he ended up wrecking somebody and got disqualified, lost all his points. The guy in second in points blew his engine, and the guy in third in points was the one that the point leader took out. So with double points, I ended up winning the title by like 5 points.
Jeez, good Lord.
So it's all luck right there.
Well, so what, man? You'll take it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Did it pay anything?
No, the Hornet stuff didn't pay back then. I think we only got like $20.
Wow. That's I guess it fits. So, who were some of the guys you raced that first year? Who was the hot dog?
His name was Dallas White.
Dallas White.
And,
yeah.
Dallas White. He still races off and on in mini stocks around here and stuff, but
wow. Now did he
he's probably the main guy.
Did he give you crap? Did he say, "Hey, Hector, you only won that because I took the dude out"?
No, he was pretty bummed out. I went to school with him. He was a senior and I was a freshman.
Wow.
So all his friends gave him crap.
Wow, dude, that's pretty cool. What a cool story. So then okay, so you're the champ in 2008. So 2009, did you race the Hornets again?
I did.
And
decided to race at both Wenatchee and Ephrata full time.
And did you defend the title?
I did not. I got a second in points at Ephrata and third in Wenatchee.
Wow. And who beat you?
One of my best friends, his name's Taylor Blackburn. He beat me by about 20 points, but I missed the very first race at Ephrata. So.
Dang.
And then Wenatchee was just really fast guys over there, so I was happy to get third in points.
Yeah. So and who were some of the guys running it like Wenatchee?
The guy that won the championship was Thomas Stanford. His dad, Scott Stanford, used to race back in the day quite a bit.
I think I remember him.
I raced with Garrett Evans' daughter, Stephanie. We started together pretty much at Wenatchee. I was raced against her very first year racing, so
wow.
She's become quite the driver.
Is she pretty good?
Yeah, I think she's pretty good. I watched her last late model race at Wenatchee, and she led it for a long, long time.
Wow. I didn't even know that. Shoot.
Yeah, Yeah.
I know.
Same with Garrett's son Jan. He's become really good too.
Yeah, dude. And I can tell you a story there too. And that's how I know that Scott Stanford, because I think Stanford used to race. They were really good in quarter midgets.
Oh yeah.
And so
I think Thomas won a lot of races in those.
Yes. And so I think Scott was with Garrett, and they came to down here by Olympia. It's called the Oakwood Arena. Anyway, they were racing quarter midgets there. Excuse me, on the dirt. And Jan didn't want to go out. Dude was scared to death, man. He had a hold of Garrett's leg, a death grip on his leg. Didn't want to go. He was crying. He was just, it was crazy. So we had to give him his own practice session, right, with nobody else out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was okay. I mean, then we couldn't get him out of the car. He wanted to stay in there, but and then he went on to win his first race, like the next race after that. So he was like, boy, he knew this guy was going to be following his dad's stuff. But yeah, that's crazy. You know, it's a small world, this racing community. It really is.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, okay, so now we've got the first 2 years of Hornets, and so now you've got your third year. Did you run a third year?
Went to mini stocks.
Okay.
At Freda.
Okay. And how was that?
Didn't win any main events, but I finished consistently and won the championship.
Wow. Man.
I got a bunch of seconds and thirds, and
right.
It's all it takes sometimes.
Man, that's it. Being consistent, you know.
And I also did a couple like adult Hornet races, and I won one of those that year also.
Sweet. So now you've done the third. So and it's all just been mini stocks up until this point, right?
No, I've won championships in street stocks and late models and everything.
You have, okay. So you ran late. When did you start running late models?
The next year in 2011.
Wow.
They called it. It was like a limited late model class. Freda had it. It's called Super Stocks, and I won every single main event and won the championship.
Dude, that is
so. My first 3 years were all front wheel drive cars. My first rear wheel drive I drove was actually a V8 late model. So.
And how was that adjustment?
It took me about a race or so, but once you figure it out, it's the easiest thing to drive.
Yeah. So have you ever been on dirt?
Oh, I have not.
Dude, you need to try that.
I know. Me and my dad have always talked about it.
Yeah, you would like it. I think you would. I don't know. Do you have any late model stuff left?
Oh, yeah, we got 3 late models.
Wow. And now are you going to be? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They're more like limited late models, not super late.
Right, but that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, you should look into that. I mean, you could take one of those and easily go. You know, they have down at Willamette, they got a class called Super Sport, and you got to have iron. You know, it's iron motor. I think they've opened it up now where it used to be you could only have 9-inch and load bolts and stuff. But I mean, you can run coilovers and quick changes and stuff now. But they make you run on slicks, 11-inch economy slicks. So,
that would be fun.
Yeah, crazy. It was that's what I did. It was awesome. So how come? So now you're running this mini stock tour, and no late models at all?
Oh man, I race everything. I just don't race the mini stocks only. Throughout the year, I'll get back in the street stock, late model. I race pretty much everything all year.
Wow. So now are you going to run a full series with them this year?
Yeah, I'm going to definitely try. That's for sure. That's the plan right now.
Right. So now, so you're going to go up there and whoop up on that Kenny Wade, aren't you?
He's moving up, so I won't get to race against him this year.
Oh, that's too bad. So he's going to run super late now?
Limited late models, I believe.
Okay.
It's called the West Coast Late Model Series, I think.
Yes. That's a pretty good class, actually.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Good stuff. Wow, I had no idea you had this much you were this diversified in that. Wow, that's incredible, man. That's awesome.
Oh man. Yeah, we got 8 race cars.
So and you work on all of them?
My dad's more mechanically inclined than I am, but I help and stuff.
Sure.
I do what I can.
So how about now your dad is your crew chief then?
Yeah, pretty much, definitely.
Wow. And do you have a crew that you got any of your buddies from school that help you on the car or no?
Once in a while, I'll get one or two to come out, but sometimes it's just me and my dad at the racetrack.
Man, that's awesome. I mean, that's awesome, but it'd be cool to have good help's hard to find, let's face it, right? I mean,
yeah.
So you're going to try to run this full series. So from here, do you have any ambitions? I mean, do you aspire to get up and run the super lates and then from there try to get into the NASCAR stuff or what?
Yeah, man, that'd be all right. It just takes a little bit of money, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well,
I definitely love to do that stuff. So I watch the NASCAR K&N series. And
right.
I'm in love with super late model racing and stuff.
Yeah, you and me both, man. I don't know how far, but you're still pretty young. But back in the day, they used to have steel-bodied cars. I don't know if you remember. Your dad would remember them, but the Novas and the all that stuff they had the chrome bumpers on them and the tinned-out headlights and
yep.
Those are my favorite. I mean, those are
back in the day, right there.
Back in the real day, right there. So yeah. So other than Garrett Evans, who's your favorite racer? I mean, who is it that you just think is awesome?
I'm a big Riddle fan. Taylor Riddle, Owen Riddle.
Yeah,
those guys are amazing.
Nice. Yeah. Now, have you run against Brittany Zamora?
I did one time, I think, the second mini stock nationals race at Yakima.
Oh,
it's the only time I've ever raced against her.
And is that the one she won?
That was the year before.
Okay.
I think she blew her engine or something that second year, but I have raced against her.
Is she fast?
And I've watched her from her very first race she ever did in a mini stock to what she's doing now.
Yeah, she's pretty good, huh?
Oh yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, she did pretty good at the Chili Willy too.
She's becoming quite the racer.
Absolutely. Now, if she were to beat you, would that bug you?
Oh no, definitely not.
Yeah. So it's not the girl thing. You're not worried about that. That's
not at all, man. Girls can be just as good as guys, no doubt.
Absolutely. What about Nicole Bihar? Do you know her?
Yes, I sure do. I raced against her quite a bit too.
Did you? And how is she as a competitor? Pretty good?
Oh yeah, she's really clean driver. Very clean.
So if you're gonna run this series, I mean, what are you got a sponsor behind you?
I do. DAC Fruit out of Royal City, Washington. He's sponsored our family, 20 years.
Uh-huh.
So he helps us out quite a bit.
That is very cool. So now, do you have to do anything for that sponsorship? I mean, do you have the car somewhere and all that kind of stuff?
Not really. My dad is like a manager for an orchard, and that guy's our field man. He tells us what to spray on the apples and stuff. So he's just become a longtime family friend, and he just sponsors us out of the goodness of his heart.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. So you got your sponsor. You're going to run this mini stock. So you're going to try to run every race. Why wouldn't you run every race?
Oh, man, it's all about racing. If I could race every single weekend, I would for sure.
Yeah. So what's going to keep you from running this whole series? Because of a late model show or something?
Oh, possibly, but the main goal is definitely to run the full Outlaw series. Okay. I love that class. 2,000 to wins, nothing like it.
Dude, that's pretty good dough.
I know.
Does it pay very deep though?
Yeah, it does. I think they pay a pretty decent amount to start, $200-300.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty
for
good.
For mini stock,
yeah, that's good money. That's really good money. So have you run Jason Majors yet?
I have. I raced against him last year, and my dad raced against him about 10 years ago, so I've known him for a long, long time.
Yeah, it seems like a good guy. I mean, I watched him up at Wenatchee. Man, dude, that truck was hooked up.
Yeah, great racer he is.
Yeah. So before we'll wind things down, but, I mean, what's your favorite racetrack? I mean, out of all of them, have you run at Evergreen and South Sound and all of those? Or
I think my favorite track would probably always be Fredo, because it's an old asphalt from the 70s, slick, takes a driver to drive it.
Yes.
So that track and Hermiston, Oregon, those two tracks right there.
Really?
Because they're both old old track, get slick, you get sideways. I love that stuff.
Now, you've run at Evergreen, of course, right?
Yeah, one time on the 3/8 last year.
Okay. And then how about did you run at Tri-Cities?
I didn't. I was about 10 years old when it closed.
Wow. Yeah, I keep forgetting how young you are. It's like, man.
Yeah, my dad raced there though, and my brother, oldest brother.
Now, when you were 10 and 12, were you actually crewing for your dad? I mean, could you even get in the pits? Would they let you?
Nope. Back then they couldn't get in. I just watched from the stand.
Dang. Wow. So you were your dad was just like your hero too, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. Him and my brothers, man, I loved watching them.
Dude, that is so cool. That is so cool. I love it. I mean, that's what, so what drives Bart Hector Jr.? I mean, what is it about racing that you love?
That's hard to explain. There's just nothing like being behind the wheel out there, and it's just a feeling. I don't think it's the same as any other sport. It's just something completely different. It's really hard to explain.
You know what, dude? Go ahead.
It's like addicting, you could say.
Yeah, it is. It's great. I totally get what you're saying, but and so is it that feeling that drives you to? I mean, are you? You love the competition too, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what about your cars? I mean, do you like working on them in the shop? I mean, do you?
Yeah, I like working on them. Don't like fixing them after wrecks, that's for sure.
No, yeah, that kind of stinks.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, dude, that is super. I mean, you got a great resume, man, for 23
definitely.
years old. I mean,
I'm a 4-time champion, won 49 main events. Just gonna try to keep on going.
Dude, do you realize? I mean, there's guys that have been in the sport 20 years, and they haven't even. They're nowhere close to have won 49 races.
Exactly. I was trying to go for 50 last year, but just came up one short.
Wow. So now, is there anything that scares you about it?
Oh, not really.
Okay.
To be honest, nothing really scares me about it. Maybe watching some of the hard wrecks and seeing that could also happen to you, but you just got to be careful out there.
Correct. Yep. And how about your gear? Are you a real safety conscious guy?
Yeah, I try to be. I think I bought a new helmet this year because it's outdated and stuff, but I try to stay up on all that stuff, make sure I'm nice and safe in the car.
How about a fire suit? Do you wear the Nomex underneath it too?
I do not, actually. That's one thing I need to do, though.
Yeah, you definitely should do that. I mean, because, that was the only thing that really scared me was fire.
Fire, yeah.
And sometimes you don't even, it's not even your fault. I mean, you could be as careful as you want and,
yep.
Boom. So
something that can jump on you when you least expect it.
And it can too. And to me, there's be nothing worse than being burned. I mean, that's gotta be crazy bad, but
yeah, it's gotta be terrible.
Yep. So, how many late model events you going to try to run or you're limited late?
Oh, we have a blue one, a red one, and a yellow one, and I usually race the blue one. My dad races the other two.
Dude, man, you got it going on, man. You really got it going on. That is.
Yeah, and he owns the late models, and I own my mini stocks.
Do you really?
Yeah, mini stocks, all mine.
Wow. And what motor's in that?
Got a 2.5 stroker.
Yeah. Did you build it, or do you have an engine builder?
My dad built it. He can do just about anything.
Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna have to look him up, man. I can't wait to meet him. He seems like he's man. I mean, well, all racers are cool.
Oh yeah, he's a really cool guy. You like him.
Man, that is awesome, man. Well, you know what? Go ahead.
True racing family.
Yes. So, what are your goals? What are your goals for this season?
Try to win as many races as I can. Try to get a championship or two. It's the same goals I have every year.
Right. So now, I mean, in the go-kart stuff, we kind of there's racers and then there's not, right? There's the guys that they've always got a reason why they don't like it or why they can't go or whatever. But is there anything? I mean, is there anything about the sport that you can't stand, or that if there was one thing you could change about it, what would that be?
Oh, just got to prove the people wrong. Some people say that racing's not a sport. Well, they haven't gotten behind the wheel and tried it yet. I've told people that all throughout my school and stuff, and it just takes one time for them to try, and they like it.
Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. And how about the politics? I mean, are you I mean, there's some, in our deal that I've always said the sad part is most people know more. They'll know more about all the politics and stuff than they will about their machine. And that's the part that drives me nuts. I mean, but
yeah, there's some big talkers out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's okay, but I mean, it's like either you want to go race or you don't. It sounds to me like you don't really care. You just want to go racing.
Pretty much. I don't badmouth any tracks or series. I want to see racing thrive. There's people that'll bash tracks for rules and, I'm not going to race there. I think that's all kind of stupid, to be honest.
It is stupid,
Yeah.
Really. I mean, at the end of the day, because the tracks around here, we're in the wrong area. Well, you're certainly in the wrong area. I mean, because, tracks are, I mean, shoot. How many places have you seen where, they build houses around it? The track's been there for 40 years, but they build houses around it, and all of a sudden now, the track's got to go.
Yeah, that's something I dread. Definitely don't want to see that happen.
No. Now, do you have any plans of going back east? I mean, are you?
No, probably not, man. I love it here in the Northwest. Unless something happens, I end up going big or something. That'd be the only way I'd probably go over there.
Well, you're gonna go big, dude.
I hope so.
Nice. I'm pretty sure of that. So, I mean, it's just a matter of, you gotta. Do you have a plan?
Oh, not necessarily.
I mean, because with your dad, I mean, it sounds to me like really what this is all about is, racing is networking, man. I mean, it's positioning yourself for that next step, I think. So, I mean, that's what you got to do is you got to come up with a plan of attack, I mean, you got to be trying to position yourself where you need to be. Because, man, dude, it sounds to me like you got the talent. You just got to get some networking and get some eyes on you. You know what I mean?
I do. That's exactly what I need.
Yeah. And how's your social media stuff?
Oh, great.
Is it?
I love social media.
You stay up on that pretty good?
Oh yeah, I'm on there every day.
Good. That's a big. Now, do you have a website?
I don't. Just my own Facebook. It's a public profile, so even if we're not friends on there, you can still follow me on it and look at all my stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna definitely follow you, but you really should get a website.
I should.
And you can get them.
That would help.
You can get them free at Wix. You can BartHectorJr.Wix.com. It's an easy deal. You can go through and pick out the one you want and just basically transfer your info to it. That would be super cool. I think.
I also run a page on there that I think you've seen a few of my stuff. It's called Northwest Asphalt Racing Results.
Oh, I use it all the time, dude.
Yeah, that's my page right there. I created it.
That's awesome, man. I love it because, I tried to find some results from the mini stock series, and I was kind of going around. I was thinking, man, where is this stuff?
Oh, yeah, I'm on top of all the results every week.
Man, dude, that is super cool. Yeah, I use it all the time for my show because, I'd like to get some result, a little bit of late model stuff, and, I'm trying to cover what's going on in the Northwest, but, dude. This has been so cool. I'm just super. I was really excited to talk to you because I read your name everywhere, and Bob Copley, he loves you.
Really?
Oh, dude, yeah, man. I mean,
that's cool.
Yeah. So, well, I hope to watch you roll this year. When do you open up?
Well, we talked about doing the Apple Cup at Yakima, but I kind of want my dad to do that. So I think first race will be that Wenatchee mini stock race at the Northwest Mini Stock Tour, April 13th, 14th, 15th, whatever that Saturday is right there.
Yeah, cool. Hey, I just thought of this. You know what else you should do, Bart?
What?
Is you should go talk to Garrett.
I should. I talked to him quite a bit. He's a good guy.
Yeah, and just tell him. Say, hey, man, if you got one of your late models that can't roll or whatever, man, I'm your guy.
Definitely, I'll have to talk to him about that.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna put a word in for you. So
do it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, you know what? I appreciate your time. It's been great getting to know you a little bit, and I'll get this all set up and done, and then I'll let you know when I'm gonna put it on the air. and then you can tell your people to check it out. But please, man, if you can, tune into my show on Wednesday nights. It's Wednesday nights at 6:30 to 8. You can, and it's live, but you can also go back and listen to it. But I'd appreciate it if you follow me, because you could help me maybe pick up some listeners for sure.
Oh, I'll definitely do that.
All right, man. Well, Bart, thanks a lot, man, and we'll be in touch. Okay.
Sounds good to me, man.
All right. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
All right. Bart Hector Jr. right there on In the Groove. If you've got somebody you'd like to have on the show, hit me up on the Northwest Race Report Facebook page. And also, don't forget, Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 8, the Northwest Race Report is live. So tune in, check it out sometime. We keep it real, we keep it live, and we keep it positive. I think you'll enjoy it, so check it out. Until next time, I'm your horsepower and performance host, Terry Bridges. And a big shout-out to Bart Hector for taking the time to be on In the Groove.